Hi, I'm Larry Souder, and welcome to Souder Friends. In addition to Souder Friends, I also produce a program called Stories of Amazing Grace. It was during this interview, recorded before a live audience, that my friend Dennis Boggs shared an addiction he has struggled with for years. Here's his story in his own words.
My father was a terrible, raging alcoholic. He was a good man when he was sober, and that's what people would say. They'd say, "Oh, are you Joe Boggs' kid?" And I'd say, "Yeah." "Oh, Joe, he's a fine fella," when he's sober. And every time that man got drunk, he tried to kill my mother. So my childhood was a little precarious. We ran a lot. We moved a lot. We hid a lot. My mother finally left him for the last time in 1964. And 2 years later, in 1966, Joe Boggs hanged himself in the Nashville workhouse because he couldn't pay a $10 drunken disorderly fine.
Wow.
Yeah. Seriously, folks, you got to understand, I used to tell people, and I mean, I'm in it too. I said, I'll never be like my father. I'll never be an alcoholic, you know. And then I said, I was never going to drink. But of course I did. And then once I did that, I said, well, I'll never have a problem with it. And if I'm ever having a problem with it, I'll just stop. And for 25 years, I didn't have a problem. Till I tried to stop. And I couldn't stop. And I tried everything, except asking someone for help. And finally, on March the 25th, 1986, under the lashes of uncontrolled alcoholism and prescription drug abuse, I put a .357 Magnum to my head and I pulled the trigger. And I didn't die. And I got very angry at God. But God has always got a plan. I didn't see it. But if I make it to this March the 25th, I will have been sober for 30 years. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, that's God's grace. I had an old buddy of mine tell me one time, he said, "You show me an alcoholic and an addict that said they got clean and sober without the help of a loving and forgiving God, and I'll show you an alcoholic and an addict that's told a lie. It can't be done."
I'm Larry Souder, and that's Souder and Friends.